Hey, how's it going? We are on some grown-up cocktails, because we're all grown-ups. You better be anyway, because you can't be drinking booze when you're underage. That's not the best intro I've ever done, but it's happened now. Let's just move on. I'm Ricky Stewart. We're making Bloody Marys, we're making Negronis. We're going to shake up some super tasty cocktails, and this is my style. I like these kind of things. I like stuff spicy, I like it dry, I like it bitter. It's cool, but it's not for everyone. A lot of people, when they think of cocktails, they would think that a Bloody Mary would be the last thing they would choose. Because it's challenging. And tomato juice by itself, let's be honest, it's rank. It's disgusting. You don't need tomato juice by itself in your life. But if you can put all the good ingredients in it, and make it tasty, make it dark, and make it spicy and citrusy, and it's so good. One of my favourites. And then we're making a Negroni. If you don't know what a Negroni is, it is just 3 simple ingredients pretty much. We've got gin, we've got Campari, and we've got Martini Rosso, like red vermouth. That's it. Of rice, a little bit of orange peel. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be so good. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any Campari. I thought I did, but I've got a bottle of Aperol instead, which is kind of similar. This one's just a tiny bit sweeter. I would have rather had the Campari, but if you've got the good stuff, you've got the Campari, you can make it work. But you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see the method and how I like to mix it up, what works for me. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Should we start making something? What should we make first? I don't like planning stuff. I don't think about which cocktail I'm going to make first. I just go wild with all the stuff on the table and think what I want to do. I don't want to make the Bloody Mary because I'm most excited about the Bloody Mary. So, let's run through the ingredients quickly first. You've got vodka, you've got tomato juice, and classically, you've got Worcester sauce, you've got Tabasco pepper sauce, a bit of salt and pepper, lemon juice, celery in the top, that's it. Simple, like that. I've just got all the stuff out of the cupboard that I like. I've got all kinds of things. I've got Aromat, which is all-purpose savoury seasoning. It kind of tastes like MSG. It is like powdered super noodles or something, and it's amazing. It's one of my favourites. One of my favourites. So good. I've got that, I've got some Marmite, I've got all different kinds of hot sauce, and I don't have any Worcester sauce because we're in Yorkshire. And in Yorkshire, in the north, we have Henderson's relish. And it wins. Also, if you're vegetarian or vegan, this is vegan. You could have this because it doesn't have fish in it. Worcester sauce is made with fish, so you could have that instead, which is pretty good. I've also got 2 different types of tomato juice. I've got Turner and Hardy proper tomato juice, which looks really good. It was the pretentious one on the shelf that was way more expensive than the rest, and if you know me, I like the pretentious stuff, so I've got it because it's good. But what I also like using is just passata. You can't get it purer than this. This looks good, it looks like the right consistency for a Bloody Mary. It works really well. And also, if you don't use all of it, you can use it in your cooking way more than you would if you got the like tomato juice. We just blend up tomatoes, that's it, pureed tomatoes. That's what passata is, and it works really well. It's cool. If you get some of them are really thick and they're a little bit bitty, you might need to like add a little bit of water to it and shake it up. So you'd like pour a bit of this out, add a tiny bit of water in like that much, and shake it up and it'd fix it up. So, let's get into it. I'm going to make it in a Boston shaker, so I'm making it in my Boston glass here. We'll start with vodka. What I've done in the past is I've got fresh horseradish, which looks like, you know what it looks like, I don't know if you know, but it's, you know what I'm saying. It's phallic, it's big, it's white, and it's like a root. It's like the consistency of, I don't know, like a butternut squash, but it's just white all the way through. What I do is I chop it up and into little bits that go into the bottle of vodka. I put it in there, leave it for 1 week, and then I'd strain the vodka out because it would just keep taking the flavour out of it, and then it tastes like horseradish. And it was amazing, really good, really, really nice. I think Absolute and a few other ones have done a savoury vodka flavours, but I'm just going for the straight up Stormy. I'll go 50ml of that in there. 50ml. 1, 2. I'm going to make this look so good, by the way. I'm going to ham it up as much as I possibly can with all of the garnishes. It's going to look amazing. So I've got that in there. I'm going to go for juice of, let's say half a lemon. Look at this that I've got now as well. Got Mexican elbows. I've got a lime shaped one and I've got an orange shaped one. The orange one can double up as my lemon squeezer. But if you don't have one of these, which I don't expect you to, then you can just squeeze your lemon in there. However you want to squeeze it into wedges, squeeze it in. I would drop the wedges in because, you know, I like getting the oils off of the citrus fruit. Hi Hannah. Getting the oils off the citrus fruit and using that. So squeeze that in there. Come on in, Hannah, it's alright. Nobody minds you nipping by. It's okay. Let's see. How much did that look like? I could have measured it, you know. I could have squeezed that into a measure. I like it kind of citrusy. I'm going to go again. I'm going to go for pretty much juice of a whole lemon, which is wild. That's a fair amount. It's quite a lot of lemon juice, but you know your boy. He likes it sour. I do like it sour. Now, let's get into... no, let's go with tomato juice. I'm going to go with this pretentious pretentious tomato juice that I've got. Let's see. Smells good. It smells like I don't want to drink it by itself. It smells like I want to drink it when it's got all the spices and stuff in it, obviously. So, let's go first with a little bit of black pepper. I've got some here. I'm going to sprinkle that on, like just a pinch. Then I've got, you know your boy, pretentious stuff. I've got Maldon sea salt. Don't use table salt. Something about the flavour and the consistency, when you get the consistency of good quality salt, and Maldon sea salt is banging. A little bit of the aromat because I like MSG. It's not really MSG, it just tastes like it is. A little bit of that. I'm going to go a little bit of hot smoked paprika. Just a little sprinkle of that. And then let's see what hot sauce I've brought out. I've got the sriracha, which might be quite good. I also have the Lingham's chili sauce. I also have classic Tabasco. I also have, because I already put smoked paprika in, I've also got the Chipotle Tabasco, which isn't actually hot. So if you don't like it that spicy, then maybe a little bit of this, do you? Since I've got the smoked paprika, and I'm going to try this out. A couple of drops of that. I'm going to just pick one of these. I'm really tempted to put them all in, but I'm just picking one. I'm going to go sriracha for this. Let's see. And I like it spicy, so a fair amount. That was quite a lot. If I was behind the bar, I promise I wouldn't lick my fingers to taste stuff. I really wouldn't do that. That's very rude of me. So, let's put all this stuff back. And then, the all-important, better than Liam Perrin's Henderson's Relish. Go for a fair amount of that. I go through bottles of this, and I like the colour it makes stuff. Anything that's red goes like that darker red. I like it already. I'm also going to try a tiny little bit of Marmite. You should see Hannah's face. She's like, why are you doing that? Because I like Marmite. A lot. A lot. Like probably too much. It's only a little bit. Look, it's like a tiny bit on the end of the teaspoon. I just want to make it so you can like get all those like almost tannin flavours, those dark flavours. That's what I want from my Bloody Mary. That was very conservative of me, by the way, putting that in there. Oh, and I also brought out some soy sauce as well. I'm not going to use the soy sauce, but you could if you wanted. It's got that dark flavour. I think it suits. I think it fits. And you can, the world of playing around with a Bloody Mary is probably more, I think there's more options than any other cocktail. There's more things you can play with because you've got everything that's in your cupboard that you use for savoury stuff. So if you use even like all your dried herbs and spices, all of them could go in there and it'd make it incredible. It'd make it good. Okay, then I get my tin. I'm going to ice this up, and I'm only going to roll this. So, seal it up. I'm not shaking this hard. I feel like the tomato juice doesn't benefit from being like battered to within an inch of its life. I just want to mix all these flavours in together, get them all mixed up. There we go. Okay. then, before I do anything, I'm going to make my glass look all pretty. So I'm going to wipe my lemon wedge around the outside of the glass. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper onto a side plate here. And then I'm going to run the rim of my glass around this to make it look banging. I told you I'm going all out on this garnish. Everything in to this garnish. How good does that look? Missed a bit. There we go. How good does that look? It looks amazing. It looks like gritty and nice. And then I've got some thyme here. I'm going to give it a little slap to wake it up. I wanted oregano, but they didn't have any fresh oregano. Oh God, easy there. Come on, celery. And then get the prettiest looking bit of celery. Break it off. I'm going to just chop the end off so it looks all pretty like this. And what I might do as well is I might just dip that in the salt and pepper so you get an end that's got all that gritty stuff on it too. Put that in there, and then I just pour my rolled Bloody Mary. Oh, come on, how much can you underestimate how big the glass is? That was shocking by me. Let's just top her up. Just go. And then, still not done yet, I've got my straw. I've got some olives, some pitted olives, so it's got a little hole in it already. I just pop that on there. I did this earlier just to check, and I was like, oh cool, look, it looks like the eggs from Aliens. And if you know me, you know I love Aliens. Let's go for 3 of these bad boys on here. Get in there. There we go. Let me slide that down there, like that. I'll go for a little wedge of this already squeezed lemon. A little bit of colour in there. Yes. Look at that pretty looking Bloody Mary. Let's see if I did it. I did it! I absolutely did do it. It's so good. I actually don't want to do the rest of this class now. I've peaked. I can't get any better. That's so nice. Just the right balance of spice, of citrus. I'm glad I put the whole lemon in it because I can just, it's coming through nicely. I'm poking myself in the face with a bit of celery with salt and pepper on the end of it. But it looks incredible, it tastes incredible. Get yourself one of them. I remember one New Year, I was working in Cornwall at Jamie Oliver's 15. And we were ready because it was busy. It was New Year's Day, so the day after New Year's Eve. And we did breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I was on breakfast and lunch. I might have even done the whole thing, possibly. But I remember that everybody was hungover. Everyone lived it up that New Year's Eve. And I probably made about, I reckon I made 100 to 150 Bloody Marys. Somewhere in those numbers. It was constant, but I was ready. I prepped everything out. I had all my stuff there. I had it all lined up because I kind of knew from the year before it was going to be rammed full and of people wanting Bloody Mary to sort the hangovers and make loads. Another story about Bloody Marys. There's a band called Bright Eyes. I don't know if you know them, like a pretentious indie band, emo kinda. And they've got a song and he's got loads of songs where he's got this big monologue at the beginning of the song. It's a really good song, but the monologue at the beginning is about a woman on a plane who sits next to a man and he orders a Bloody Mary. And now, ever since that song, I always relate Bloody Marys to being on a plane. I don't know why. You should check it out. I can't remember what the song's called. I should know. I'm a bit of a nerd for it, but it might come back to me in a minute. Right, should we make something else? Should we make a Negroni? Let's make a Negroni that's not a Negroni because I've got Aperol and not Campari. What an amateur. What an amateur. But it's okay. You get the idea. It'll be good. So, get yourself a nice heavy glass like this. I'm going to ice it up. I'm not going to shake this one, I'm just going to stir it. It's my glamorous assistant Hannah, who's sitting there still in the coat, can pass me the bar spoon out of the drawer because I forgot it. So, let me just get rid of this dirty stuff as well. Thank you. That's it. So, I've got my ice here to the top of my glass. And we're just going to go as simple as I possibly can. I'm not going to play around with this, but it's a really lovely cocktail to play with, that you can go with a different flavoured gin. I brought out, which might be quite cool, orange and cacao gin, which is lovely, and it's along the lines of the cocktails we're making tonight. This Sipsmith orange and cacao gin is very savoury, because it's cacao like chocolate, but it's not like chocolate, like sweet chocolate. It's that kind of earthy, dark flavour with the orangey citrus with it as well. It's really nice. I really like it, but it's a grown-up flavour. If you're after your like Parma Violet gins and stuff like that, and that's what you like, probably not your deal. But I like the grown-up flavours. I like the stuff that's a bit challenging, and that's it. It is quite challenging. Really nice. You could have that. You could have brought out the Mr. Black coffee, cold brew coffee liqueur. A coffee Negroni is so nice. You get the dark flavours of the coffee with the bitter flavours of the Campari or the Aperol. Oh, incredible. Really nice. But for now, let's just make it nice and simple. I'm going to go for 25ml of Silent Pool gin. Come on, guy. There we go. 25ml in there. And you know, I like the rule that cocktails add up to a double, add up to 50ml. This is one of the ones that I break the rule for, because it's got no mixer, it's got nothing to stretch it out or anything, so we can go for 75ml of all booze. And the Aperol is only 11% as well. That's almost a mixer, isn't it? Kinda. Not far off. 11%, it's not very much compared to the 40% gin. What's interesting, while I was doing a bit of research for this, and I forgot about this, I think I must have read it years ago, Campari, up until 2006, was using crushed up beetle shells to colour it. How wild is that? Crushed up beetle shells up until 2006. In living memory, crushed up beetles in your booze? Can't imagine it. Can't imagine it. And I definitely drank some in 2005. Definitely. I don't mind that. I'm alright for a bit of crushed up beetle shells, you know. I'm fine for that. I could take it. We've got Martini Rosso. It's a red one. I was really tempted because they've got loads of different ones and I've not tried them. I've got loads of new ones that are like little variations, like there's a Fieri, something like that. It looks lovely. Looks really nice. Well, the bottle looks nice anyway. I was tempted to try it out, but I'm not going to use it otherwise, so I didn't. I'm sorry. Go for one of these. Okay. And then I'm actually going to go for an orange wedge in here, so top and tail. And then make a big, nice orange wedge. Oh, Hannah, can you pass me another orange, please? I'm going to need another one. I'm going to squeeze it in there. I said I wasn't going to mess around with things, but the actual recipe doesn't call for this. Oh, easy. You're right. You're okay. You're fine. Safe hands. Look at that. So, I'm definitely going to put a little swipe of orange peel on this as well. All the way around the orange with this orange peel. There we go. And then give it a little twist. So get all those orange oils over the top of this. I'm going to kind of push that down there. Give it a little stir. There we go. Look at that. I just love the colour of it because it's so red. Apparently, the redder the bitter, the more bitter it is. The colour's kind of part of the thing that makes it taste bitter. Oh, wow. It's nice. I do prefer it with Campari because this is a little bit sweeter than I would normally like it, but Very good indeed. It's grown up though. There's no fruit particularly. I mean, it's orangey obviously, but you know, like there's no soft fruit flavours or anything that's like super sweet or sugary. There's nothing about that. But it's just balanced. I think that's it. That it's just a proper cocktail for me. That is just so easy to make, so quick to make. It's very nice. Very good. Okay. Shall we make another one? Let's do another one. Let's make Dark and Stormy. So another one that's going to be super quick to make, so easy, so simple. So officially, again, I'm just playing. I don't stick to the rules at all. It's supposed to be Gosling's Black Seal rum, which is a dark rum, and it's lovely. And I kind of wish I had a bottle. I keep nearly buying a bottle. It's not particularly cheap, it's not particularly expensive, but I already have a lot of rum, and I don't tend to drink in the house very often. Not booze, not like hard liquor anyway. I don't think I need it. I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it, so I keep backing away from getting it. So I've bought a little miniature of some Kraken, which is a spiced dark rum, and I think the name Dark and Stormy kind of suits the sea monster lore that kind of comes along with Kraken. I don't think I've ever bought a miniature before. I think this might be the first miniature I've bought, and it is. Let's go with the juice of a whole lime. Let's get a whole lime in there, because your boy likes it sour. I'm still going to top and tail it. Let's top and tail this lime. Let's chop it in half so it can go into my Mexican elbow. I quite like that name, Mexican elbow. I think it paints a picture of a Mexican's elbow like this. Pop that there, and then I'm going to squeeze all the lime in there. And the next one. There you go. So remember, I want you to be able to play around with your flavours. You make the decision. I've just put a whole lime's juice in this. If you're not into lime juice that much, maybe half would be enough for you. Maybe that would just be plenty. And let's put this whole iceberg in there. That works for me. This is 50ml, 5cl miniature. Smells nice. I'm going to pour this over there. I've seen some places that do cocktails on their menu with miniatures, and they kind of leave the miniature in the glass like that. I might try it. Let's see how that looks. It looks pretty cool, I think, especially because the bottle's so cool for that. And I've got a Fentimans ginger beer. Again, more northern stuff here. I think this is from Newcastle Fentimans. Top it up. Almost to the top. I'm going to give it a little stir at that. So. And this is so simple, right? We've got lime juice, we've got dark rum, we've got ginger beer, and then we just finish it off with a little bit of bitters on the top. Angostura would have been cool, but I've got this one here that I actually really love. I've used it all through these cocktail classes, and it just does me good every time. It's aromatic. I kind of like the pipette. I like the word pipette. I like everything about it, and I love bitters, so I like triple up on this. I like the dark flavours. I like the aromatic flavours as well. And this is herbal, aromatic. So nice, so good. Okay, let's have a little look. Needs a straw since I've jammed a massive miniature bottle in there. Let's see. Ah, we're on to a winner. This is my style. This is it. I love the ginger beer. I love the darkness of the rum. I like the big hit of citrus. So nice. Ah, I wish I could share them with you. I wish there was a way for me to be like, look what I made, and everyone could try a little bit. I kind of missed that about bar work, that you like make something and you let people, and you take a little bit and put it in a straw or on the end of a spoon or something and let people try what you've got going on. And show people new stuff. That's what I love, new things that I play around with it and I change the ingredients a bit. And I'm sure I've made one of them before with Kraken before, and I know that I loved it, but I think the whole line in there made it so good, so good. Right, let's make a nice fruity one then, shall we? And talk a little bit about mixing flavours and getting balance for you. So balance means that in your mouth, when you put it in your mouth, when you taste that drink, it's got the balance between sweetness and sour and dryness and mouthfeel and texture and all that stuff. Because obviously the Bloody Mary has a different texture to the Dark and Stormy. The Dark and Stormy's got those little bubbles from the ginger beer. The Bloody Mary's all like not viscous, it's kind of thick, isn't it? It's got tomato juice in it. That mouthfeel's part of it. It changes things. And it's the balance between all of those. And every cocktail will have one flavour, one ingredient in it that kind of dictates where that balance is going to be and where it's going to go. So, if we talk about sweet cocktails, like I'm going to make you a cherry lollipop now. It's a cocktail that's been on every single menu that I've ever written for any bar, and there's been a lot. Over the years I've done a lot, and I don't think it's ever been missed out. It's had its name changed a few times, but people love it. Let's talk about it first before I start making it. We have Midori, we have amaretto. Then we've got lime juice and cranberry juice, and that is it. So there's no hard liquor in here. This one is just liqueurs. So they're not that strong. What we got, amaretto is about 20%, is it? 28%, and 20% for the Midori. Not that much. It's quite a nice light one. It's quite an easy drinking one. But it tastes like cherry lollipops. The amaretto in there makes it incredible. Now, some people don't like amaretto for some reason. Those people are weird. Unless you've got a nut allergy, you should get over yourself. But if you really don't like it, then you can swap out the amaretto for the old Chambord, the raspberry liqueur from France. I think that makes it a good swap, and the Midori and the raspberries work really well, but we're going to make it cherry lollipop, and we're just going to do it jam jar style. I love this way of making cocktails because it's so quick, so easy. It's easy if your ice is in manageable sized blocks, like right now. All the ice cubes are too big to fit into the jam jar, and I'm kind of losing patience with that a little bit. Come on, ice cubes. You make them look stupid on the internet. God damn it. There we go, we're in. So, let's go for 25ml of the Midori. So this is melon liqueur, watermelon liqueur from Japan. Which is cool, because how cool is Japan? Very cool is the answer to that. And that's where this is from. Really nice. And then we've got the Italian amaretto di Serrano. I worked somewhere that had, I forget what it's called, I should remember really, that had this pretentious amaretto, and tasting it side by side was crazy, because this is lovely. I love it. I can drink it straight. Even though it's very sweet, I love nuts. So I love it. I like everything. You might notice I'm quite enthusiastic about all the flavours. But anyway, this tasting it side by side was like a different thing. You know when you get ice cream, like everyone loves ice cream, even if you get the cheap one, it's still lovely. But then sometimes if you go to Italy and you get ice cream, you're like, that's what it's supposed to be like. I didn't realise that there was a level above. It was like that. It's crazy. Okay, let's go for juice of half a lime. So it doesn't need to be super sour, this one. I like to keep it quite sweet. That's what I'm talking about. Everything has its own balance. Just because the Dark and Stormy, the balance for me, for my taste, for what I like, was to have it with a whole lime in it. Balance for this one, I think, is half a lime. Made it so many times, I kind of know. feel like this lime wasn't as good as the last one. It's not quite as juicy. I've got juice of half a lime in there. And then I've got the good cranberry juice. I've got Ocean Spray. I can barely cheap out over stuff. I like the nice stuff. I like it good. Sometimes it makes no difference, but sometimes it does. And I think it does with this one. I think this is actually a bit of a difference. So, just stick that lid on there. Give it a shake. That's that smell. That is it. That in there. I might just float my spent lime wedge in the top there. So nice. That's like party cocktail for me. So easy to make. 4 ingredients. You've got Midori, you've got amaretto, you've got cranberry juice, you've got lime juice, and that is it. So good. The amaretto just makes it. It does. Oh, it does taste like cherry lollipops. It's crazy. So I'm going to make another one because I've got some. I'm very lucky to have some good friends and people who give me tasters of the expensive booze that they've bought. And a friend of mine gave me what was left, and a fair bit, what was left of this amazing maple syrup that's been aged in a whiskey barrel from a bourbon whiskey barrel. And as maple syrup goes, this is wild. It's absolutely incredible. And love maple syrup anyway. And when we did the old-fashioned episode before, we made a maple old-fashioned, but we're going to make another one now. But this is a different person. Like I say, I'm really lucky. So good friends gave me a little sample of the Slipknot whiskey from Iowa. I've actually forgotten what it's called because I haven't got the bottle. 9 something? 9 irons? 9 something? I'll put it in the comments. Hannah, you can be like the guy on Joe Rogan and look it up. What's the Slipknot whiskey called? We'll find out because I should remember really. But I've got a little taster of that. I've got at least 50 ml of it in this little bottle here. So if I get orange peel, I'm going to put a big swipe of orange peel in the bottom of my glass first. And instead, I might get a little bit of sugar, and grab me some sugar as well, please. Brown sugar if there is some there. It's a good job I've got an assistant because otherwise this whole thing would be a shambles. The wheels have literally fallen off, but it's okay. What's it called?
Number 9.
Number 9. It's just called number 9, not 7. Number 9. It's called
Reserve.
number 9 Reserve. Yeah. So.
Just 2 different ones.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So if I put a little, not that much sugar in here, so like 1 spoon, just on top of the orange peel there, and then I'm going to put about 10 to 15 ml. Oh, look at it. It's so syrupy. Of that maple syrup in there. And then I've got a really big ice cube. Let's go for 2 decent sized ice cubes in there. A little bit of the 50 ml. I'm going to stir this up. So I'm just stirring this up first. I'm going to make this reasonably quick as old fashions go, because you can stir this for like full on 8 minutes or something and it tastes really lovely, but it is a bit overkill really. Just get this stuff to dissolve, top it up with ice, and then we'll stir it nice and gently to finish it off. You want to stir it so you don't make a load of bubbles, so you're not whisking it up, you're just moving that ice around and trying to get the good demerara sugar. And I like it with demerara. You can make it with white sugar, but I like it with the demerara because those dark flavours just match the whiskey for me. It lifts it, it suits, it marries up, which is perfect. Right. amount of ice. So I want dilution, but the more ice, the less dilution. And then let's go for the rest of this. So maple slipknot whiskey, let's call it Wait and Bleed. You probably don't get that, but that's a song by Slipknot, the band, you know, the ones who wear the masks. Came out in like 2000 when I was about 18, which was perfect for me. So we're doing nice, slow, steady stirring with a fair amount of ice. I'd actually rather have this on the countertop, but I realise you can't see it down there because all the stuff that I've brought out is in the way. So I'm just going to hold it up here so you can see that I'm not whisking it up, I'm just moving this ice around to try and get just a good bit of dilution from these ice cubes. And I actually forgot, with all the talking, to put in my Angostura bitters. Oh, I haven't got Angostura, I've got these bitters. So I'm going to just put them in now and stir it up with these. And you know, I like the bitters. So I'm going to go for a fair amount, like 5 little drops if you've got Angostura. So if you just turn the bottle up and watch it do 5, I've just done about 10 drops. I've doubled up pretty much on the bitters. I would have rather have done that at the beginning, like I say, but it's alright. It's fine. As long as you catch up. There we go. Okay. And then, just grab a lighter. So, I'm going to do a little flambe for this. I'll get my orange. You just take a little bit of orange peel, so you don't go through to the flesh. You only cut it off where the white bit is, and you hold it in 2 fingers and a thumb, like this, and you fold it in half fast, so that the oils spray out of that orange through the flame. I don't know if this is going to flambe, because I think this orange has been around for at least a few days in this kitchen, and the fresher the better for it. Just pop it on top of the demerara sugar like that, you might be able to see if it does the thing. They're still old those as well, but oh no, we're alright. You see that? And I pushed it up against the flame, squeeze those oils through the flame. Come on. There we go. And it smells like cooked orange. Then I'm going to swipe that orange peel around the outside of the rim of the glass and just dunk it in there. So I've got 2 bits of orange in there. I started with one and finished with one. And we've got this maple syrup, Slipknot like maple Wait and Bleed, old fashioned. Isn't that catchy, eh? Oh, so good. So all these cocktails we've made tonight have been incredible. I promise. I'm probably going to drink more. Hannah's not getting any. Even though she's been a good assistant, I'm going to drink more. Ah, Wait and Bleed old fashioned. There we go. With the Slipknot whiskey, Whistle Pig maple syrup, which has been in the barrel that's had the bourbon in it. Like, how crazy is that? Can you just imagine how good this tastes? It doesn't taste like whiskey. It doesn't taste like whiskey at all, but it just tastes like maple syrup that's really good. It's got something about it. It's got that woody, like, flavour to it. So it's not just big sweetness. That is fantastic. So we made loads of cocktails. We did loads. So just have a little recap. Let's run through. We did a Bloody Mary, and we learned that you should put everything that's in your cupboard, all of your seasoning, into the Bloody Mary, and it'll be good. That's what we learned from that, I think. Try and keep it as streamlined as you can, so maybe don't double up on these hot sauces, because they're it'll just, you won't get the right flavour out of it. I think the sriracha suits Bloody Mary for me. Still good. Still good. Then we made the Negroni, got equal parts gin, Campari, Martini Rosso, orange peel in there. I squeezed an orange wedge in there because I love it. and it worked out because it's fantastic. Then we've got the Dark and Stormy, Gosling's Black Seal Rum, ginger beer, better quality ginger beer the better, and Angostura bitters or any kind of bitters on top with loads of lime juice. So nice. We made it with the Kraken with the spiced dark rum. And then we made a cherry lollipop, 25ml Midori, 25ml amaretto, cranberry juice, juice of half a lime. Boom, that's it. Really simple, shaken up in the same receptacle that I shook it in to drink it out of. Nice and quick, nice and easy. And then we had the Wait and Bleed Old Fashioned with the Slipknot whiskey and Whistle Pig maple syrup. Ah, so much fun, so good. Now, I'll be back in a month to make more cocktails. In the meantime, you can message me, you can ask me about cocktails whenever you want. I'm always happy to help people out and show you what to do. My cocktail class is off for the time being because I'm not getting a group of more than 6 people ever again. By the looks of things, it's crazy times, but I am down to do some weddings, to come and make cocktails for people. I've got some cocktail classes booked way into the future in 2021. I'm still doing this as a little side gig on top of my personal training and yoga and things like that. If you think that you've got an event that you need me for, I'll help you out. If you think you've got a bar or a restaurant or a cafe even, and you need help with beverages, I can help you out. Let me know and we'll work something out and work together, and we can come up with menu help or staff training or whatever it is that you need. It's going to be cool. So, make some good cocktails. Let me know how you get on with it. I want to know everything. I want to know exactly what you're making, how you've done it, what worked, what didn't. Because this is fun. This is fun stuff. Alright. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I appreciate you all. And I will see you next month for more cocktails. But I'm back again on Monday for some more rest-based training. Rest-based training on Monday on 3D Leisure at Home. Appreciate you all. Thanks everyone. Enjoy your Saturday. Bye. Bye. Here I am coming to say bye. Oh, let's just see. What? Oh. Nice. Yeah. Amazing. Alright. I'm out. See ya.